Do you have hope for 2021? Let me tell you what it's like to be a zero. Welcome to the channel. My name is Isaac Dueñas. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that I learned today. My wife had attacked a church today, and I want to share with you a little bit my perspective of what I've learned from her tag this morning. As you can see, there's voices on the background. This is just the best environment that I can share this with. Before I start, let me read what the dictionary has to say about hope. It says, a feeling of expectation and desire for a certain thing to happen. A person or thing that may help or save someone. Grounds for believing that something good may happen. So what I've learned this morning about the talk of hope is that, if you look at our society these days, especially in December, that we're about to find the so-called cure, COVID-19 happened in 2020. It really showed us that something so insignificant, something that, by the way, you cannot see with your naked eyes, can literally destroy the economy, any culture, everywhere. That comes to tell you a little bit that sometimes the things that you cannot see are actually more dangerous than the ones that you can see. Anyway, what I've learned about this specific topic today was that a lot of times not a lot of times, just by turning on TV, like we put so much emphasis into the negative because that's what, I don't know, you can call it conspiracy theory, culture, people, mindsets, whatever you want to say, religion, philosophy. But that's what we are told. You turn on the TV and you can tell me what good are you going to get out of that. And especially with the COVID-19, honestly, we don't even know. This is the most unclear topic, unclear problem that I've seen in my lifetime. What I've personally learned, COVID-19, market crash, people lost their jobs. We're talking about a vaccine that we don't know when's going to happen. School got canceled. Hospitals are like, what is it? Like, they're getting like tons and tons of patients. We don't even know. So is being diagnosed of COVID-19 and developing the antibodies a good thing or is it a bad thing? The ratio of deaths is not going up. It's staying the same. Actually, it's going down, but we're more scared than we ever been before. Fear sells more than anything else. Plus, a lot of people say, well, I know somebody in my family that has passed due to COVID-19. Some people say, these days, even if you die out of a car accident, it happens to be that you're diagnosed with COVID-19. Some people say that masks are good. Then they discover that they are not. But then they discover that actually they are good for you. But then they find out, well, it's ridiculous. They really don't do anything. Actually, it's worse. The effects that this is causing. Then, people ask us to do the 6 feet thing. Some people rebelled against the 6 feet. Some people feel that their freedom is being threatened because they are wearing masks and they are willing to fight back the system, the society. The reality is that we are bombarded with negativity 24/7. Our phones, our cell phones, the internet. Everything we do is internet, and everybody has their own agendas. I feel like it. Some people are like, well, it's the elections, the big problem. Or people are like the Democrats, the conservative, whatever, I don't know. It's a mess. But what I've learned about hope this morning, that this is my perspective of it, it's that hope is a personal choice. Hope is something that either you have or you don't. Something I didn't know, but in this tag that I was referring to, it got mentioned that apparently the people that were in the genocide with Hitler and the Germans, the concentration camps, like you knew when a person was going to die within a day or 2 days later, when they lost hope, when they had no, like what the dictionary would say, when they have no feelings of expectations and desire for specific things to happen, when they feel that there was no help coming to save them, and when they believe that nothing good was going to happen. For not only what the society has to say, but for what we watch on TV, radio, internet, or smartphones, or even our own environment, even our own family and our friends, your kids, that kills any kind of feeling of hope that you might have. And like I mentioned before, I believe that hope is a choice. Now, if you ask yourself, do I have any hope for 2021? It's up to you. If you believe that things are not going to get better anytime soon, I feel you are correct. Yes, I mean, there's absolutely no hope. The vaccine is not going to be here anytime soon. And the rules and regulations, lockdowns probably will increase, and jobs will keep getting worse, and the real estate bubble, who knows? Gurus Online says, we don't know what's going to happen. You're really going to tell me that like multi-billion-dollar, trillion-dollar companies out there like banks don't know what's going to happen? You really think that these people gamble with money? I mean, probably they do, but between you and me, probably they are the ones that know more about specific situations than we do. That's just money. That's how money works. So I believe that if you believe that things are going to be better, if you have hope, then you're also right that it is a choice. We live in these times here in Christmas where, we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, the birth of the perfect one, that 6,000 years ago he was born to give us the example, to save us, to die for us, to share his life and teaching so that we can have hope. Scripture that says and quotes that my peace give you, but not like the world gives it unto you. I think that he is pretty much referring to our days. It's true that the world and people and your family, friends, whatever, they want to sell to you that, hey, so-called vaccine is coming, the economy is going to get better, Trump won, Biden won, the elections, and this and that. And you might be happy or not with those specific events. But I really think that our internal hope, our feelings, our faith is not built by external events. It's not built with what the world gives you. It's built with your own personal experience and your own personal beliefs. It's built in your own religion. It's built in your own faith. It's built on the fact that you trust God and rely on him to achieve things that the world or other people tell you that it cannot be done. Things that probably you have never achieved before. I think that 2021 can potentially be great, but it's all on you. It's all on your hope for the future. Everything is based on God. If you have a God in your life, it just makes sense to have hope because he is there. He's pulling the strings. He knows what things will happen before we know what happened. And he truly knows what the stock market is going to look like, what's going to happen to real estate, and what's going to happen with this so-called virus pandemic out there. He knows all the turns of the road and the big picture, the big perspective of humanity. But we don't. So either we trust him or we don't. But you see, when we rely on the knowledge that is out there, when we remove God out of the equation, then the world becomes a very cold-blooded place. There's no reason to have hopes because there's no rules. There's no reason to believe in anything because we're technically here as a matter of an accident. There's no purpose in our life and there's no there's no future, there's no destination. We are here just because we're born and one day we're going to die, and that would be all. So what I've learned today is that it's up to me to have hope or not. It's up to my own beliefs. And hey, if you have a crisis of faith, I think that we all go through that at some point in our life. But recognize that you have a problem with your faith. Go back to the basics. Grab your scriptures, study them, look for knowledge, for the real knowledge. Don't just stay steady, because at the end, either we're growing or we're dying. So hope at the end is your own perspective of life. And like I always say, I think I always say in this program, it's what you do that actually tells me what you believe, not what you say. So you can say, everybody thinks about quitting their job at some point. Everybody thinks about quitting in everything they do. But it's okay to think about it, as long as you don't do it. Just keep the spirits up. Have hope that 2021 will bring you something good. And I can tell you by my own personal experiences in my life, that always things end up for the good. Doing God's ways doesn't guarantee that the things will go the way I want them to go, but it does guarantee that they will go better than if I do it on my own. Thank you for watching. But what do you think? What is your perspective on 2021? What do you think about all these situations, the economy, the pandemic, New Year's coming up, which were like just a very few days away? Please put it in the comment section. I hope that you guys have an amazing Monday. Subscribe. Bye.